What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jax, and welcome back to the final episode of the Drop That Podcast, where we're going to dive into film and television. This is the final episode of 2023. Thank you guys for tuning in. And 2024, we're going to hit you with a motherfucking sledgehammer on these type of subjects. But to end it with film and television, I don't want to dive too much into the personal situation of it, which is regarding to Jonathan Majors, who plays Kane in Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Apparently he's been fired from Marvel Studios and may have to do some time, and so what? I'm not going to dig into it. In the end of the day, Jonathan Majors, let's call it what it is, he is a phenomenal actor. I believe he did a film last year with Devotion. But if you guys didn't pay attention, he had back-to-back #1 films. In February, he gave you Ant-Man Part 3, Quantumania. In March, he gave you Creed 3, finishing off trilogies of 2 franchises. And he did Creed 3 with Michael B. Jordan, and Michael B. Jordan directed that, and he did a phenomenal job. In Creed 3, he did a phenomenal job. Kudos to him. And in Ant-Man 3, as Kane, he was introduced in the Loki Season 1 on Disney+. Okay, anybody who doesn't know exactly what's going on is that Jonathan Majors played Kane, who is now in the multiverse universe in this type of phase, because we just finished the Infinity Stone phase, which the main big shot was Thanos, who was also played by Josh Brolin, and that was phenomenal. It went from 2008 to 2019 and ended with the Avengers Endgame film, and now Kane is supposed to lead us to Avengers 5, the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers 6, The Secret Wars, where we're going to be getting a lot of different characters, some Marvel characters that were in the Fox universe and everything like that, like X-Men, Fantastic Four, and so on. He fucked up, he got himself in a situation, and now he's fired. Now, a lot of people have been talking about replacing Jonathan Majors. In the end of the day, too much has gone. I think Marvel knew already that the Kane universe was not working. It was not working leading up to Avengers 5. It's okay. It's not like it was Jonathan Majors' fault that it didn't do well. It is what it is. People were too stuck on Thanos and everything that he brought to the table. And then going into the pandemic, we had to be force-fed Disney Plus and less feature films, in theaters. And so it is what it is. So now Jonathan Majors is no longer, and they're going to probably rename Avengers 5. They're going to keep Secret Wars for Avengers 6, but it's like, what do you do now? How do you pivot? Right now, this situation fucked everything as far as releases goes. We're not going to get a Fantastic Four next year. We're not going to get a Blade film next year. We're not going to get Thunderbolts. We're not going to get none of this. The only thing that we're scheduled to get is Deadpool 3, because that stands alone. You don't need a Jonathan Majors or anybody else to give you an alley-hoop to represent that. And we gotta a lot of people is giving like a lot of shame, that Jonathan Majors was the reason the Kane character was not working. No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with him being African American. No, let's stop. He's black. He's a great actor. Okay. As far as past actors in the MCU go, they raised that bar so fucking high. Look at Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie debuted in 2014 as the Falcon, and it led him all the way to a bunch of different films. He was in the last 2 and 3 of Captain America. He was in the last 3 Avenger films. He did the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series over on Disney Plus. Killed it. Now he's now the new Captain America, and he's going to be in Captain America 4, Brave New World. Okay? Also, Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle debuted in 2010 in Iron Man 2, and it led him all the way. Different films. He was in different shows. He was in Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson, and now he's going to get Armor Wars. It was a show. Now it's been molded into a film. We're going to get Armor Wars, the film, with Don Cheadle, which is great. You know, he played War Machine. It was a moment that he played the Iron Patriot, and he went back to the War Machine. That's a high bar. Another one who raised the fucking bar was the legendary, iconic actor himself. Can't say so much about him because there's a huge list. You know what I mean? Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. He passed away a few years ago with his battle with cancer, but he led the way. So many bars high when it comes down to Chadwick, what he left behind. He played Jackie Robinson in the film 42. He played James Brown in the biopic. You know, he became T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, which led to the 2018 film, the Black Panther film, where it led to an all-star cast with Michael B. Jordan and Angela Bassett and so forth. All-star cast. It was even nominated for Best Picture. Should have fucking won, but that's a different rant. So it's like the bar raised so high, and the one who led the way, which people don't give much respect to, was the legendary Wesley Snipes, who was the original Blade in 1998. Gave you 3 films: Blade, Blade 2, and Blade Trinity, which is also Marvel, but nobody really acknowledged that part. So Jonathan Majors had a long way to actually live up to that, to that par, and I don't think it had anything to do with his skills. I think he was just all alone. You went from a white actor of Josh Brolin to a black actor in Jonathan Majors to be the main villain in those universes, those phases, and they didn't really pivot, into phase 5 with Jonathan Majors in the right way. He was kind of like set up to fail anyway. But should they replace him? I don't think so. It's been too many projects that showed his face and his performance. How you gonna just replace it? You know what I mean? I know they did it with Don Cheadle when they had Terrence Howard as the original War Machine, and he played Rhodey in the 2008 film Iron Man, and then you're seeing 2010 Don Cheadle. Yeah, I can understand how that could be very noticeable. And yeah, light-skinned Terrence Howard and then dark-skinned Don Cheadle. I get it. People let it slide, and it happened. But this is different. That was a co-star and best friend to Iron Man. This one now, it's supposed to be the new Thanos leading into this with 2 films back to back. You know what I mean? Avengers 5 is supposed to alley-hoop to Avengers 6. But, Marvel Studios seems like they have other plans regarding that situation, and they got a whole year to figure it out. While Deadpool 3 is gonna kill box office, kill Disney Plus streaming ratings, and just get the whole MCU fan base losing their fucking minds. I think they got enough time to figure out what they do. Hope Jonathan gets back on his feet, and gets a better opportunity. Who knows? Hope Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, figure out a way to save this universe. Don't let this shit fucking drop on his fucking head like the DC universe did, where we gotta reboot every fucking thing because we don't have fucking time. I'm your boy Jax, and that is our final episode of the Drop That Podcast of 2023. I hope you guys have a great new year. Be safe. Don't be going out shooting. If you're gonna drink, don't drive. Drink responsibly. Stay safe at home. You can find us on youtube.com/@DropThatPodcast, and you can see us talking our shit on X, formerly known as Twitter. DropThatPod_13. I'm your boy Jax again. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you in 2024.